So very good evening everyone. Is my voice clear? I'm visible to all of you. If yes, kindly mention yes in the comment section. Hi Saudmani. Hello Gomti, good evening. So voice and audio and video is clear? Alright. So let's wait for a couple of minutes, then we'll start the session, okay? Okay. Alright, so how many of you are going to attempt the IBPS Clerk mains on this Sunday? आप में से कितने सारे लोग अटेम्प्ट करने वाले हैं IBPS Clerk means? Kindly mention yes in the comment section or no in the comment section. All right. Good. Great. All right. So those who are going to attempt this IBPS Clerk mains on Sunday, we are going to take 5 classes. Okay. So this is our class 1, and in this 5 classes I'm going to cover all the important current affairs for the past 6 months. Clear? And that too in a theme wise approach. We are going to try to do all those current affairs. Our special focus would be on, if you have seen the last exam paper, clerk mains paper of RRB, you must have seen that they have asked questions from a variety of areas. All right. So we don't know that whether they are going to follow the same pattern or not, but we have to be sure that we should learn at least past 6 months current affairs, because majority of the questions were from April, May, June and July. All right. So let's start the session. So sir, we'll be starting with all the international news for the past 6 months. Okay, one by one we are going to check it. Okay. So the first news was United Nations appoints Saudi Arabia to lead Women Rights Forum despite criticism. Okay. So Women Rights Forum, it is basically a UN agency. All right. And Saudi Arabia is now the president of this United Nations Women's Forum. Clear? So just remember the name of the country. They can ask you a question like, who is going to chair the United Nations Forum for Women? All the 4 or 5 countries would be given: Saudi Arabia, UAE, right? United States, or let's say Germany. So you should know that. Okay. And who's going to lead this? Abdul Aziz Al Wasil. He's the Saudi ambassador. All right. So he's going to lead this thing. And one more thing, he has faced severe criticism because of this. Because we all know that the West Asian countries, especially Saudi, the socio-economic, if you see the socio-economic indicators, the economic indicators is fine. People have money there, the per capita income is good. But if you see the social condition, especially the sex ratio, the women literacy rate, so these indicators are very poor in these countries. All right. So that's why they are saying that you yourself are not doing very good in your country and you are leading this United Nations Women's Forum. So that's why they are facing criticism of this. All right. Just a minute. So let's see about some of the static facts regarding this current news. So regarding United Nations, it was formed in 24th of October 1945. The headquarters is in New York and the current Secretary General is Antonio Guterres. Remember these are the keywords in which they can ask you a question. All right. And about United Nations Women Rights Forum, it is a United Nations agency. Just remember this thing. Okay. And it was established in 1946 by ECOSOC. ECOSOC is basically the Economic and Social Council of United Nations, and it is one of the, United Nations has 6 principal organs. Okay, so we have the General Assembly. Okay, you have the United Nations Security Council. We have the Secretariat. Okay, we have the Secretariat, and one of the principal organ is ECOSOC, right? The Economic and Social Council. Is it clear? So these are the key static facts you have to remember regarding that current affair, so that you have a proper 360-degree coverage for this particular news. And the purpose of this forum is to promote gender equality. Clear? Is it clear everyone? Yes or no in the comment section. Now we have the Food and Agricultural Organization. They have wrapped up this International Year of Millet 2023. In yesterday's exam, they have asked the question of what would be the year 2025 has been declared by United Nations General Assembly. Also, they have asked one more question on International Year of Millet, that what was the India's contribution in global millet production. So answer was 20%. Okay. So that's why this news becomes very important. So this International Year of Millet 2023 was celebrated as International Year of Millet, and there was this ceremony to celebrate this. Okay. And FAO, which is known as Food and Agricultural Organization, they have concluded their meeting with this International Year of Millet. And where was this happening? It was happening in Rome, which is the capital of Italy. So just remember this thing, the FAO meeting was held in Rome, Italy, alongside with International Year of Millet. Clear? So in March 2021, United Nations General Assembly designated the year 23 as the International Year of Millets. So this was proposal by India. Okay, because India is now focusing on millet. Okay, and millet is a very I would say hardy crop. It does not require so much of water, and the nutritional status, the nutritional ingredients of this millet is very good. Clear? So just remember this thing. Now coming to the static part about Rome, you should remember that it's capital of Italy. There we have Colosseum, then we have the currency euro. All right, and more important than Rome is the Food and Agricultural Organization. It was founded in the year 1945. Headquarters is in Rome, Italy. And who is the current Director General? Quo Dongyu is the current Director General. All right, and it has 195 members. Clear? One very important day is celebrated by FAO. It is the World Food Day, which is celebrated in October, on October 16th. Is it clear, everyone? What are the important keywords you have to remember? So if you want to concise this notes, okay, so just remember FAO plus International Year of Millet. In bracket you can mention 2023. Right? So it happened in, headquarter would be Rome. All right. Clear? And you can mention about FAO. All right. So you can mention like 195 members. 1945 it was established, and the current DG is Ku Dongyu. So this is your current static notes regarding this entire news. Everyone, is it clear? Yes, no in the comment section. See, you are going to cover the past 6 months current affairs. Okay, so be patient. It is going to be a long session, right? But all these news, this can be very important. Directly they can ask you a question, right? Next we have Germany legalizes recreational cannabis. Okay, so now Germany has also joined the group of some European nation who have legalized cannabis. Okay, so and this is for the recreational purpose only. Clear? So those adults who are above 18 years of age are now permitted to carry up to 25 grams. You don't have to read about the amount of drug they have to carry. Okay, just remember which country has recently legalized. So Germany is the answer. This is kind of one-liner current affairs. Okay, one-liner. But I'll show you some static fact you should remember. So about Germany, you should remember again, capital is Berlin. The currency is euro, and this is the largest economy in Europe. Very important. Clear? And one more thing, you should read about European Union. How many countries are part of European Union? So just remember this thing, there are 27 countries, all right, as of 2024, and the headquarters is in Brussels, Belgium. This European Union was formed in 1993 by the Treaty of Maastricht. Remember the name of this treaty, they can ask you. Hi Sabri, good evening. All right, so just remember these key facts. All right, next we have NATO celebrates 75 years of collective defense. This question was directly came in this previous exam, your RRB clerk means. Yesterday with the we are giving the analysis. This question was directly there, and this time also they can ask you this question because the 75th anniversary. I believe this is the Diamond Jubilee, na? Diamond Jubilee of NATO, right? So it was founded in 1949. Clear? So this ceremony was done where? in Brussels, which is in Belgium, to commemorate this milestone. Okay, I will do that, Sabri. Okay. Now you should know some facts about NATO. All right. First one is it was founded in the year 1949. The headquarters is in Brussels, Belgium. There are 32 countries, and the recent country to join this group is NATO is Sweden. One more thing, why NATO is in news is because of the Russia-Ukraine war. And why NATO is there? What is the role NATO is playing? NATO is supporting Ukraine against Russia. NATO, the organization, was formed just because to stop the Russian ideology, which is called socialism. They were basically to stop socialism to reach out to the European nations. And because they want capitalism, which is also an ideology, to be in the European nations. So they want to basically stop this Russian influence towards the Western European nations. All right. So Russia, basically NATO is supporting Ukraine in this war against Russia. All right. So it is a military alliance, very, very important. It is a military alliance for collective defense, ensuring the security of this nation. And they have a very, very important article in their entire agenda. It is known as the Article 5. And what is written in Article 5? An attack on one member is considered as attack on all. It means अगर आप मुझ पे अटैक करोगे, मेरे किसी भी मेंबर पे अटैक करोगे, मतलब आप पूरे NATO के ऊपर अटैक किए हो. And in NATO we have USA, right? UK. So वो very strong group. The current Secretary General is Jens Stoltenberg. So you should remember the name. Next we have Simon Harris becomes Ireland's youngest Prime Minister. Okay. So remember the name. This is basically one-liner kind of current affairs. Okay. So Simon Harris name you should remember. And which country? Ireland. New youngest Ireland PM. Clear? So before him, Leo Varadkar was the Prime Minister. All right. And Harris was the former Health and Higher Education Minister. He was previously serving as the Health and Higher Education Minister. Clear? So nothing to go in much detail. Just remember the name of the person and the country. So about Ireland, the capital is Dublin. Right? The currency is Euro. Clear? And it is a EU member. It joined EU in 1973. Whichever I am taking the marking as right or correct, try to remember, try to focus that on that thing. Okay. Just remember this, because see, you won't be revising this class again. This is the only time you are going to say it. So try to focus it and try to make a short notes on these kind of things. All right. Okay, Sabri, I will give you that, right? I will provide you the Telegram link. No, don't worry about it. So how many of you are going to, Saudmani, you are going to appear. Okay, Gomati, you are going to appear in this on this Sunday. Anyone else who is going to appear in this clerk mains exam, IBPS clerk mains exam on Sunday? Mention yes in the comment section. Sabri, you are also see all of you, those who are going to appear on Sunday. Very important session. 4 to 5 questions will directly come from this. So try to focus and remember, focus on the keywords, right? Next, Zimbabwe introduces ZIG, which is basically a new gold-backed currency. So what was happening in Zimbabwe was there was hyperinflation. People were carrying huge pile of money in their plastic and they're going to purchase vegetable. The value of the currency is nothing. So in order to tackle those things, to stabilize the economy, Zimbabwe introduced this ZIG. Okay, it is a gold-backed currency, right? Clear? So just remember the name. And this moves come as the country is grappling from hyperinflation. Hyperinflation means the value of goods and services is skyrocketing. Let's say an apple is costing, let's say 1,000 rupees. So these kind of rates are there in Zimbabwe. Okay. So how we would be making the short notes? ZIG means Zimbabwe gold backed currency. Gold backed currency. All right. So remember this thing. So these are the static facts which I am just try to remember those which I am marking. All right. So capital you should remember. Okay. And it is famous for Victoria Falls. All right. Just remember these two facts. Now moving on to the next news. China to launch Chang'e 6 lunar probe. This is a 4-star news. Why I'm saying that? Because they might not ask you to direct this Chang'e 4. Because yes, in yesterday's exam, they asked about the name of Japanese lunar mission. Alright. So they asked about what is the lunar mission name of Japan. So the answer was SLIM. There is a full form for this. SLIM. Alright. So this is the name of the Japanese lunar mission. And what is the name of China's? It is Chang'e 6 lunar probe. Alright. So there was this news that China to launch Chang'e's lunar probe carrying Pakistan's IQQ mission. So Pakistan, they attach themselves with every nation. So they know that they are not going to make their own spaceship. So they are saying that China, please help us. Please take our satellite with yours. Okay. So they are asking for a lift, space lift. All right. So one thing you have to remember is the name of the mission, Chang'e 6 lunar probe. All right. This is the moon mission of China. Okay. And what is the purpose of this mission? It aims to go gather soil and rock samples from far side of the moon. Okay. One interesting thing I am going to tell you is, I don't know how many of you know that. Let's say this is Earth and this is the moon's, right? Earth's natural satellite. You will only see the one side of the moon every time. You won't be able to see the other side. And moon is revolving around Earth. And the reason being, and the other side which we are not able to see, it is known as the far side of the moon or the dark side of the moon. Okay. And the reason being the rotational speed of moon. Because see, moon is rotating on its axis and it is also revolving around Earth. Similarly, Earth is also rotating. So the time period in which they are rotating and revolving around each other, it is very similar. That's why we are only seeing this one side of the moon. All right. So very few people know about this. How many of you have known this fact? Yes or no in the comment section. So, okay. So I have mentioned here the name of the country and their moon mission. Okay. So United States, they have the Apollo program. Russia have the Luna program. China have Chang'e program. India have Chandrayaan. Japan have two. Initially they have this Hitin. Now they have launched is Slim. Okay, this was the very recent one. Then European Space Agency, they have Smart one. Okay, so these are some moon mission name. Okay, so here you can see the Japan one, the Hitin was in 1990, but is in 2023 they have this Slim. All right, great. Chalo, you have now known this fact about moon. So try to remember these names. Okay, I've given you all the list here. Special focus on China's. Okay, then Chandrayaan mission. One more thing, they can ask you about the Chandrayaan 4 also, sorry, Chandrayaan 3 also. What was the launch date when this Chandrayaan 3 reached the moon? Okay, so you should remember the date also. Okay, the humble monster. बेसिकली यहाँ पे मैं आपको बता रहा हूँ कि ये जो कंट्रीज है इनके जो मून मिशन है इनको थोड़ा सा आप ध्यान रखना अभी, क्योंकि कल जो पेपर हुआ था दे हैव आस्क्ड अबाउट जापान का जो मून मिशन है उसका नाम. ठीक है. And I believe I speak very simple English, no hi-fi English. So I believe आपको इतना समझ में आएगा, है ना? चलो, moving on to the next one. Ukraine unveils AI-powered digital spokesperson for foreign ministry. All right. So the name of this AI person is Victoria Shi. Okay. And why it becomes important? Because again in yesterday's paper, they have asked about the World Health Organization's chatbot name. And the answer for which was Sarah. So they can ask you that which country has released one AI powered AI human for their foreign ministry? So the answer is Victoria She. And which country? Ukraine, you should remember. So these are the keyword: Ukraine, AI human, Victoria She. Okay, so this is your entire summary for this news. You don't have to read everything. All right. See, I'm every time I focus on making these kind of notes. In our daily current affairs session also, I always focus, I always pressurize you that please start making these kind of notes. Otherwise, reading these long statements, it is not going to help you anytime soon. Okay. So next, capital of Ukraine, you should remember Kiev. Okay. And the president name is Volodymyr Zelensky. These two facts you should remember from this particular news. Next we have Indonesia evacuates 100 near erupting volcano. So again there was this question in yesterday's paper that which there was a mountain, volcanic mountain name was given. They have asked that it was located in which country. So first remember this thing, all the major 90% of the volcanoes are located in this Pacific Ring of Fire region. It is basically the region of Indonesia, Philippines, okay, where Indian plate is colliding with the Pacific plate. Okay, the Eurasian plate is colliding with the Pacific plate. All right. So here there are, because of this collision, because of this collision, all the volcanic mountains are formed in this region, and the majority of them are on the Indonesian islands. Okay. यस कल ही क्वेश्चन था आपका आया था. दैट्स वाई सी ये सारी चीजें हम पिछले 6 महीने के करंट अफेयर से कर रहे हैं. सो यहाँ पे इस टाइम माउंट ईबू जो कि अगेन इंडोनेशिया में है, ये इरप्ट हुआ था बिकॉज ऑफ दिस द पीपल वर एक्सकेवेटेड. इन दैट इन यस्टरडेज क्वेश्चन दे आस्क्ड अबाउट माउंट रुआंग. So again it is in Indonesia only. So remember the keyword Indonesia. Whenever the volcanic eruption question they ask na, 99% of the time it is from Indonesia only, either Indonesia, Philippines. Okay, so just remember this thing, right? So about Indonesia, you should remember the name of the capital, Jakarta. Achha, tell me one more thing, what is the new capital of Indonesia? Tell me what is the new capital of Indonesia? What is the new capital? Tell me. It is a very important question. Yes, humble monster. आपका कोई स्पेशल कोर्स? यस हमारा एक स्पेशल कोर्स चल रहा है और आप Oliveboard के ऐप पे जाके देख सकते हो. So we have this SBI exam coming. So in this I'm also taking the general awareness and the current affair classes. So you can join that. Okay. So remember this name, Nusantara. Okay. This is now becoming the new capital of Indonesia. I believe the formal or the, let's say, the official notification is not yet released, but this can be asked in the question that which one is the new. But till then, Jakarta is the capital. Okay, and this is the largest archipelago in the world. Archipelago is basically the volcanic islands which is formed due to the collision of continental plates. Okay, the current president is Joko Widodo. Remember this thing, and this country has the largest Muslim population. It is more than Pakistan. Okay, so remember these three facts, and remember this one, Nusantara. Okay, next we have Venezuela becomes first country to lose all glaciers. Very important question. This can be asked from your exam. Okay, so which country has lost all of its glaciers? Venezuela. It is in South America. All right, so it has become the first country in modern history to lose all this, and this is why, because of the global temperature rise and global warming. Okay, so you don't have to read the entire thing, just remember, just write Venezuela, first country to lose all glaciers. Okay, all glaciers. Just remember this thing. These are one line kind of current affairs. Yes, Indonesian rupiah. All right, Sabri. Indonesian rupiah. And I believe Indian rupee is stronger than Indonesian rupiah. All right, I believe 1 rupee is equal to how much? 100 or 300. I don't know the exact number, but it is somewhere near this only. So Venezuela, the capital is Caracas. It is in South America. Okay. So here it is, the Venezuela is located in South America. The language is Spanish. Okay. Just remember this thing. And the current president is Nicolas Maduro. So these are some key static facts you have to remember. Now we have Nandini Dairy to sponsor for Scotland for T20 World Cup. Okay. So this again is a sports related news, right? But we have considered it in international relations. Why? Because see, Nandini Dairy, it is basically a dairy very much famous in Karnataka. Alright. See, every state has one of their own dairy king. Okay. Let's say like in Delhi it is Mother Dairy. In Madhya Pradesh it is Sanchi. I am from Madhya Pradesh. So here we have Sanchi. Alright. So from Karnataka, how many of you are from Karnataka? Tell me, do you know this Nandini Dairy? How many of you are from Karnataka? And which, let's say whichever state you are from, which is your home state dairy king? Which dairy company is famous? Tell me in the comment section. Guys, which is the most famous? Avin from Tamil Nadu. Okay. I've heard of Avin, I believe. Yeah, I've heard of Avin. Yes. Others? Sir, Amul, ICC, T20, USA South. Great. Yes, we will cover all those things. Beta. We are starting from April. I've asked that in which state you are from and which dairy is famous in your state. Just mention those. So in this news, Nandini Dairy is going to sponsor the Scotland cricket team for the T20 World Cup. Okay. So just remember, so here they have this Nandini logo on their shirts, jerseys. All right. So you should remember this thing. So now the capital of Scotland is Edinburgh. Okay. And English is the official language and the currency is pound sterling. So this thing you should remember. I believe many of you already know that. Now we have Lai Ching-te sworn in as new Taiwan president. Okay. So if I tell you that, let's say this is China and there is this island called Taiwan and it is separated from mainland China through Taiwan Strait. Taiwan Strait. It is basically a water body. Water is present here. So this Taiwan is a small island. It is separated from China. China claims that Taiwan is my part. Taiwan says that I am a separate country. Alright. So that's why Lai Ching-te had been elected as this new Taiwanian president. Alright. So just remember the name of this person who is the new president of Taiwan. Okay. Again, one-liner kind of current affairs. So about Taiwan, the capital is Taipei. Okay. It was initially the part of China. Alright. Since till 1949. After 1949, they said that we are independent nation. Okay. Mandarin Chinese is the official language and the current president is Lai Ching-te. So these facts you should remember. Any doubt, anyone? See, from these kind of news only, they ask the current affairs. Okay. Is my voice clear? Guys, voice is clear, everyone? Am I audible? Yes, no in the comment section. One student is saying no voice. Okay, voice is clear. Please, Humble Monster, check your internet connectivity. Okay. So, the next one is world's highest observatory inaugurated in Chile by University of Tokyo. So, in news, how you can decipher where is the highest observatory in the world? Location is what? Chile. Chile is in South America. It is a South American country. Okay. And in Chile, where it is located? It is located in the Cerro Shenanter in the Antofagasta region of Chile. Okay. So just remember this thing. And the name of this Atacama Observatory. Alright, the Atacama Observatory. In short, it is written as TAO. And this has been awarded as the world record for being the highest observatory in world. Alright. So just remember this name. Is it clear? Where it is located? The Cerro Shenanter region in Chile. Okay. World highest observatory. The Atacama Observatory, and it is inaugurated by University of Tokyo. So these are some static, or let's say the current fact. Now see, Atacama Desert in Chile. This is the one of the driest non-polar desert in world. Driest desert in the world, and the title has been given to Atacama Desert. All right. So just remember this name. The current president is Gabriel Boric as of 2024. So these are some key facts you have to know. Sabri, what you have written? China's claiming everywhere in the world it claims Arunachal Pradesh. See, every country who is sharing border with some other country, there are always some border disputes. We have to be very careful, because if we are not focusing on our borders, the other country will take that. All right, the other country will encroach that area, and slowly they will keep entering in our territorial space. All right, so in order to protect us from all this invasion, we have our military forces, we have the Indian Army, right, on those borders which are protecting us. All right, so these are the things. Now coming to the next news. Historic election in Mexico. Claudia Sheinbaum becomes the first woman president. Okay, so the new president of Mexico is the woman. She has been elected. The new president is the woman. She has been elected for the first time. Okay, the name is Claudia Sheinbaum. All right. So the first time Mexico has a woman president. Clear? So name is important. Country is important. Okay. So these are the Mexico new president. You can write Claudia. So these three words you should remember. That's it. Moving on to the next one. About Mexico, some static fact. Mexico City is the capital. Okay. And the current president is Andres Manuel Lopez Obrador. So he has been replaced by whom? Claudia. All right. So replaced by Claudia. Remember this thing. All right. Next is 12 countries signed zero debris charter, and this is pivot to space sustainability. Okay. So zero debris charter. Basically, all countries are now doing space launches. So what happened to those instruments? What happened to those rockets when they went into the space? After that, what? After a certain period of time, they remain in the space. So all countries are saying that we have to remove those space debris. We have to keep our space very clean, like Earth. So first of all, we have to focus on Earth, that to keep our Earth clean and neat and tidy. We are now focusing on space, right? So this is a very, I would say, a big dream. ISRO in 30 for debris. Okay. So this zero debris charter, all right, it is an initiative which is led by European Space Agency. All these weird things the European nations do to keep our space free. Space is so huge, there is no end for it. So this charter was unveiled in 2023, all right, and this charter commits signatories to achieving debris neutral space activities by 2030. Like, so as we have the target of net zero, right, for climate change we have the target of net zero by 2070. In the similar fashion, we have this space neutral, debris neutral space by 2030. We don't know how we are going to achieve it. I don't even know why we are reading this thing. Okay, but see, they can ask you any kind of question, so we should focus on this thing. That zero debris charter led by European Space Agency, and target is 2030. Debris free or debris neutral by 2030. Because most of them develop well done. Yeah, exactly. That's why they don't have. See, let's say Sabri, or let's say Gumti, if you have, let's say, 100 crore rupees, what would be your main agenda? You would be thinking of how we can make a world a utopian place. You won't be thinking about how should I get a bank job. Okay, so for the developed nation, the agendas are very different. For a developing nations like us, we have a different agenda, we have a different dream. Okay, so just remember this thing. So here I have mentioned the name of all the space agency. So USA we have NASA, Russia we have Roscosmos, China we have CNSA, Chinese National Space Administration, India we have ISRO, Japan we have JAXA, and European Space Agency for Europe. Okay, so you can take a screenshot or whatever you want. Next we have Philemon Young of Cameroon elected as the president of upcoming General Assembly session. So there was this question yesterday, who is the president of 79th United Nations General Assembly? So for 79th UNGA of 2024, Philemon Young of Cameroon has been elected. He is the person, he has been elected as the, and yesterday there was the question on this. Okay, so very important. Okay, so he was the former Prime Minister of Cameroon. Clear? So just remember this thing. And for the 78th, before that, the 78th UNGA, Dennis Francis was the president for 78th UNGA. And for 79th, we have Philemon Young. Okay. Moving on to the next one. So about UNGA, you should remember few points. It was founded in 1945. Headquarters in New York City. All right, and they have this annual session every year, and it happens only in September, the month of September. Clear? Moving on, KP Sharma Oli appointed as the Nepal's new Prime Minister. Again a one-liner current affairs. Name of the person, KP Sharma Oli. Country, Nepal. Okay, and designation, new Prime Minister. All right, so he was appointed by the President of Nepal. The name of the President of Nepal is Ramchandra Paudel. Okay, Ramchandra Paudel. Remember these two names. Clear? He is KP Sharma Oli, the new Prime Minister of Nepal. So about Nepal, the capital is Kathmandu and the currency is Nepalese rupiah. Nepal is famous for, first of all, Mount Everest. Okay, then there is a place called Lumbini, the birthplace of Gautam Buddha. Okay, so remember this thing. And which state border Nepal? Uttarakhand, Uttar Pradesh, Bihar, West Bengal and Sikkim. So if you see that, okay, so here we have Himachal, Uttarakhand, Uttar Pradesh, okay, parts of Sikkim and some parts of West Bengal also. Alright, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5 countries, 5 states border Nepal. Is it clear? You can make a diagram also like this. Himachal Pradesh, Uttarakhand, UP, West Bengal and Sikkim. So don't think I have my geography as my optional subject in UPSC. That's why my map and drawing this thing is quite good. Yes. UPSC में मेरा geography ही optional है. Yes. Next, Azerbaijan's COP29 Climate Finance Action Fund. Okay. So this year COP29, this conference of party. All right. So this conference of party. It is basically. Have you heard of this COP21 Paris Conference of Party 21, which was held in Paris in 2050? We say that by the name of Paris Summit. All right. So similarly, we have this COP29. Where is going to take place? It is going to take place in Azerbaijan. So Azerbaijan is hosting COP29 from 11th November to 22nd. Okay. And there is the creation of this Climate Finance Action Fund. Remember this thing. Clear? Because in yesterday's exam, there was this question that Green Climate Fund, which is established under UNFCCC. This Green Climate Fund was established under UNFCCC. What is the headquarter of Green Climate Fund? So the answer was South Korea. I am relating all those. Yes, COP28, it was held in UAE. Okay. So I am relating all those questions which have been asked in the yesterday's exam to our current affairs. And see why it is important, because your exam, this IBPS Clerk means is on 13th. So they can ask you on a similar line. All right. So remember this thing. So this fund will be raised from fossil fuel producers to support green projects in developing countries. So those who are using fossil fuels, those who are producing fossil fuels, they would be contributing to this fund, and this fund would be used for green energy. All right. So this aim to mobilize both public and private sectors, right? So just remember this thing. So one thing you can, how you are going to make a short note, COP29, Azerbaijan, okay, formation of what? Climate Finance Action Fund. All right. So these two things you have to remember. All right. See, one thing you should remember, what are these COP? Let me give you a very brief background of this. So it's all started from 1992. There was this meeting. The name of the meeting was Earth Summit, and it happened in Rio. Okay. So the name was Earth Summit, and it was under the aegis of United Nations Framework for Climate Change. So this framework was established in this Earth Summit of 1992. And every year, okay, they have this conference of parties in which entire nations come and sit together to have some different meetings and agenda regarding climate change. So following this, in 1997, they released this Kyoto Protocol. All these countries together signed this Kyoto Protocol. And what is the purpose of Kyoto Protocol? Tell me. So in 1997, they signed this Kyoto Protocol, KYOTO. Kyoto is a place in Japan, and the purpose was to stop greenhouse gas emissions. Okay, so it is based off for the greenhouse gases. All right, yeah, Rio is in Brazil only. Clear? So Kyoto's protocol was signed. Fast forwarding it, 2015, there was this conference of Party 21 which was held in Paris. All right, and the Paris Agreement was signed to become. India adopted that by 2030 we would be creating 200 or 500 gigawatt of renewable energy. So all these things were signed. Similarly, following this, the COP29 is going to held in Azerbaijan. So this is a brief background about this COPs. I believe you should know this thing, because it will help you to understand what are these COP, why it is happening, why I am reading this. So it has a long history, right? Clear, everyone? So this was started not 1995, 1992. Okay, so just remember this thing. Conference of Parties started from 1995. Okay, so this is annual climate summit to negotiate global climate. All right, and COP21 was Paris summit. COP26 happened in Glasgow. Okay, so do you remember this thing? Yes, yes, yes. What you have written? Okay. What have you said? What is the theme? Theme of COP29? So COP29 theme is in solidarity for green world. Okay, in solidarity for green world, but these kind of things they don't generally have because this is a very long statement. Na? They can't give you an option. Clear? Because this is a bank exam, so they keep it quite reasonable. All right, moving on to the next news. World most powerful passport 2024, Singapore. All right, so Singapore ranked 1 in world most powerful passport, and this index, the name of the index is Henley Passport Index. So as per Henley Passport Index, Singapore is the strongest passport. All right, India's rank is 82nd. Remember this thing. Okay, so these are some one-liner current affairs. Moving on to the next, ancient solar calendar discovered in Turkey. Okay, so there is this place called Göbekli Tepe. It is in southern Turkey, and this ancient solar calendar was found in this. So here you can see a pillar is here, one pillar is here, one pillar is here. So like a clock, it was this. So when the sun rays fall on this, okay, so when the sun rays fall on the shadow becomes like this. So using this, they used to tell the time, what was the time. So this ancient solar calendar, you should remember, it was found in Turkey. So again, one liner. So remember the name of the place. Okay, this is the thing. You don't have to read everything. Clear? Because since we have to teach you, I can't come and just write 3 words, na. So I have to tell you how you have to make short notes. Clear? So just remember these things. Any question, anyone? So about capital, Turkey capital is Ankara. All right. So the Ottoman Empire, it is in this region only, in Turkey area, we have this Ottoman Empire. Then we have this Hagia Sophia Mosque. It is one of the largest mosque of the world. Clear? Then this place called Cappadocia. Cappadocia is very famous for hot air balloons. Hot air balloons, and it is a very famous tourist destination. Clear? All right. And the current president is Recep Tayyip Erdogan. So just remember this name, Erdogan. Very, very famous, very, very powerful person. Clear? Just remember this thing. Now we have PM Modi presents Bhishma cubes to Ukraine. So recently our Prime Minister went on a visit to Ukraine. Okay, and here he presented Bhishma cubes to Ukraine. So as we know that Ukraine is in war with Russia, so in order to help, since India is now one of the global powers, so India there say that will come and will support you. All right. So under this India's project Arogyamatri, they have this compact cubes known as Bhishma cubes. All right. What are these Bhishma cubes? It is basically packed with essential medicines and medical equipments and supplies. So during the war, we know that there are casualties. So in order to help those persons, this Bhishma cubes, which consist of all the medical equipments, medicines, right, which are required for the first aid, is given. So do analysis video previous year paper. We will do that. Turkey name, I don't know. Turkey is still Turkey. I don't know what is the new name. If anyone know, please tell Sabri. She's asking what is the new name of Turkey. I don't know about it. Space Matri Indian Australia. Okay, so right now just remember what is Bhishma Cube. Okay, so it is given to Ukraine by India. It consists of what? Medical supplies. Medical supplies. And what is the weight of each cube? Each cube is weight is 20 kg. Alright, so these are the key facts you should remember. So about Ukraine, again I have told you, capital is Kyiv, the largest city. Vladimir Zelensky is the president. Alright, one more thing you should remember is that it borders Black Sea. So they can ask you a question about Black Sea also, right? Which country which country borders Black Sea? All right, so we have this Ukraine is there, Russia is there, so there are some few countries. I am not able to recall all those countries as of now. Turkey, that is Turkey only, na? That is the way of pronunciation becomes different. Clear? Chalo. Jordan's become first country to receive WHO verification for eliminating leprosy. So country name Jordan. Why it is in news? Leprosy free status. Okay, given by WHO. So this is the entire news. Who is the Director General of WHO? Dr. Tedros Adhanom. Alright. So remember this news. What is leprosy? Leprosy is also known as Hansen disease. Okay. And this is basically a bacterial disease. Which bacteria causes it? Mycobacterium leprae. And which area it affects? It affects skin, nerves and mucosal surface. Clear? So just remember this thing. Alright, so capital of Jordan is Amman. Okay, it is a constitutional monarchy. The monarch name is King Abdullah. Alright, so just remember this thing. One very important sea is located on the Jordan border, Israel-Jordan border. The name is Dead Sea. One of the saltiest water bodies in the entire earth. On the entire earth. Alright, so capital Dead Sea is there. Now we have Nepal becomes 101st member of ISA. Very, very, very important news. So what is ISA? ISA is International Solar Alliance. When this alliance was formed? This alliance was formed in COP21 Paris in 2015. And this initiative was of two nations. Two nations. Which were the two nations? India and France. These two nations came together to form this International Solar Alliance. Alright, and they asked all the countries who are basically in between the tropics, the Tropic of Capricorn and the Tropic of Cancer, to become a part of this. And Nepal has recently become the 101st member of this ISA. Alright, and where is the headquarter of ISA? See, I have mentioned some facts about International Solar Alliance. It was founded in 2015 under COP21 Paris Agreement. The headquarter of International Solar Alliance is in Gurugram, Haryana. Okay, founding countries were India and France. Alright, so remember, and what is the focus area? Mobilize $1 trillion in solar investment and provide solar energy access to 1,000 million people, around 1 trillion. Clear? So focus is on solar energy. So these are the some key facts you should remember. I have highlighted it. Yes, Haryana, Gurgaon. Thank you, Mukesh. Now we will start with the national news. Any question, anyone, if you have regarding the international news, we have covered from April till September. All the important one I have covered you here. Any question, anyone? Tell me in the comment section. If anyone has any question, You can mention in the comment section. I'll try to answer. Let's start with in 2 minutes, okay? We'll start in 2 minutes. If anyone has any question, just mention your question, your query in the comment section. I'll try to answer. So, okay. And how many of you are going to appear on Sunday? So, I believe Gomti is there, Sabri is there. You guys have your exam. Anyone else? Shivam, Vino, Mukesh. Okay, no problem. All right. Chalo. Okay, आप revision कर good. सही है. So let's start with the national news. So India's first gene therapy center for cancer has been launched. Okay, where first question comes to here, sir, where it has been launched? So it is at IIT Bombay. Okay, and this was inaugurated by our president Srimati Draupadi Murmu. Clear? So it is India's first homegrown gene therapy center for cancer. A very important and location is IIT Bombay. Clear? So this center would be using a treatment method called CAR T. So basically CAR T cell therapy, it is the method used for treating cancer patients. All right. So remember, first gene center of India at IIT Bombay, inaugurated by our president. And what technology it is using? CAR T therapy. Clear? So about CAR T therapy, the full form is chimeric antigen receptor T cell therapy. See, T cells are basically basically a antibody, you can say that, and they attack the cancer cell only, and these are very targeted. They don't damage the surrounding good cells. Okay, so it is basically a type of immunotherapy that modifies a patient T cells to attack cancer. Okay, and this method is very effective in for blood cancers like leukemia and lymphoma. Right. One challenge for this is it is of very high cost. Now we have Citron makes historic move, first MNC to export EVs from India. So they can ask you a direct question that which multinational company becomes the first in India to export electric vehicles. So it is Citron. Okay, it is a French company. All right, and they are sending this 500 units from Kamarajar port. All right, so remember the name of the port. So here are some of the important ports of India. You should remember the name. So Kandla port, Gulf of Kutch. Why I am telling you this? Because there was this exam of I believe RRB clerk, or no, there was this some exam just before this, yeah, 6th October. There was this exam. We have done the analysis also. So they have asked a question in that exam that which port has become the busiest port of India? Busiest port of India. So the answer for this was Paradeep port of Odisha. Okay, so it has bypassed Kandla port. So Kandla port or the Deen Dayal port, this was the busiest port till now. But I believe the Paradeep port have become now the most busiest port. Yes, RRBPO I believe. Yes, yes. So here are the list of some important ports and the locations. So Jawaharlal Nehru port, it is also known as Nhava Sheva port. It is in Navi Mumbai. Whereas Marmagao port, it is in Goa. Cochin port is in Kochi, Kerala, and this is known as Cochin port is known as Queen of the Arabian Sea. All right, Queen of the Arabian Sea. Then this Kamarajar port is also known as Ennore port. It is in Tamil Nadu. All right. Then we have Tuticorin in Tamil Nadu also. Vishakhapatnam, Andhra Pradesh. Right. Haldia port in West Bengal. And Kolkata port, the new name is Shama Prasad Mukherjee port in West Bengal. Yes. So the answer at that time was Paradeep port. See, we have already covered all those things. है ना? Just the way of asking questions changes. Now, the third news was India's largest climate clock unveiled. Now, remember, largest, highest, tallest, these kind of things, it becomes important naturally. Okay. So, it is launched at CSI headquarters for Earth Day celebration. So, when is the Earth Day celebrated? Okay, it is celebrated on 22nd of April. Since we are covering from April till September current affairs, Earth Day is celebrated on 22nd April. Okay, and this largest climate clock is unveiled at CSIR headquarters. Where it is located? It is in New Delhi. What is CSIR? This is Council for Scientific and Industrial Research, CSIR. Okay, so just remember this. And this clock is a commitment to raise awareness about climate change and its adverse impact. The theme was, the Earth Day theme was planet versus plastic. This becomes very important. They can ask you, what was the theme of Earth Day? Next we have, so about CSIR, you should remember these key points. Founded in 1942, headquarters in New Delhi. Okay, they have 37 laboratories across India, and the correct director general is Dr. N. Kalai Selvi. So you should remember some 2 or 3 facts. Okay. Moving on to the next news, India's first multi-purpose green hydrogen pilot plant inaugurated in Himachal Pradesh. Okay, so they can ask you the question that where is the first green hydrogen plant of India located? So the state is Himachal Pradesh. Okay, so it is a 1500 megawatt Nathpa Jhakri hydropower station in Himachal Pradesh. All right. So remember the name of the state, they can ask you. All right. And who has implemented all this? Who has developed all this thing? Satluj Jal Vidyut Nigam Limited. Okay. So this green hydrogen through renewable energy sources. See, what is the primary source of primary component of green hydrogen? Hydrogen gas, na? And what, from where we obtain hydrogen? From water. Water is what? H2O, hydrogen plus oxygen. And hydrogen is an important component of water. Where we are getting water from? Right. So this Himachal Pradesh is blessed with rivers, right? So they are using this Jhakri hydropower station for obtaining a renewable source for hydrogen gas. Okay, so just remember the name. So how you are going to make the short notes? First, green hydrogen plant. It is in Himachal Pradesh, and which Nathpa Jhakri hydroelectric plant, HEP you can write in short. Okay, and it is implemented by Satluj Jal Vidyut Nigam Limited, SJVN for short. Clear? So you can mention it. Now coming to the static part, you should know the National Green Hydrogen Mission of India. They can ask some environmental schemes also, because in yesterday's paper there were a lot of schemes. Clear? So it becomes very important, and this was recently launched in 2023. And what is the purpose? To make India the global leader in green hydrogen production. Clear? So recently there was this news, I was seeing that our Union Transport Minister, Mr. Nitin Gadkari, he was using that Toyota car, which was running from this green hydrogen. And soon they are going to replace all the public transport through either EVs or this green hydrogen. Okay, so target of this mission is 5 million tons of green hydrogen by 2030, and the outlay or the investment is 19,744 crore rupees. Okay, so you should remember this key facts about this very important mission. Next we have India leads global remittances surpassing 100 billion mark. All right, so India is now the leading country for receiving remittances. And how we are receiving remittances? Because most of our Indian citizens, people are working abroad and they are sending money back to India, and that is known as remittances. Okay, So, India has emerged as a global leader in remittances in 2022, receiving over $111 billion. Alright, so they have surpassed this 100 billion mark. And this International Organization of Migration highlighted that India, along with Mexico, are the top 5 remittance receiving countries. So, India at number 1, Mexico at number 2, China at number 3, Philippines at 4, and France at number 5. Okay, so these are some top nations for remittances receiving. Okay, now the next news was cabinet approves 10,300 crore for India's AI mission. Now here the amount becomes very important. India, what is the outlay, total outlay of India's AI mission? So 10,300 crore rupees. What is the purpose of this mission? To propel AI innovation, to create employment, and to enhance global competitiveness in AI. AI is what? Artificial intelligence. So we have seen the advent of ChatGPT, we have seen the advent of Claude, right? Google's, I believe Google's AI. We have seen the advent of Copilot, that is the AI of Microsoft. Okay, so recently Microsoft has, I believe, bought this OpenAI, who has created this ChatGPT product, right? So all these things are showing that AI is now begin. Okay. Yes. Great. Great. We know Navratna status has been given to Satluj Jal Vidyut Nigam Limited. And see, what is the, yesterday again there was this question. If you get a Navratna status, what is the total amount you can spend without taking government approval? Okay. So answer was 1000 crore rupees. So if you have a Navratna tag, 1000 crore can be spent. Next time, includes the amount of remittances because they ask, sir. So I have given you na 111 billion dollar. I have mentioned na this 111 billion dollar. All right. So about AI mission, right? So AI computing capacity, innovation center. So all these things were the part of this AI mission. You don't have to remember everything. Clear? Just I have given you for your reference. All right. Other countries, I don't think they will ask about other countries. India का ही याद कर लो. Try to remember of India only. What you've written becomes 25th country. All right. Next is India's first biosphere in a tiger reserve. See, first of all, let me tell you that biosphere is a bigger area, right? Biosphere reserve is a bigger area and a tiger reserve is a smaller area in general. But what has happened? India's first biosphere in a tiger reserve means a small biosphere is present in a tiger reserve. So that is the first time it has happened. So there are two environmentalists. The name is Jay Dhar Gupta and Vijay. So Jay and Vijay, you should remember, they have created India's first biosphere in a tiger reserve. And what is the name of this biosphere? Rajaji Raghati Biosphere Reserve. Okay, and where it is located? It is located within the Rajaji National Park in Uttarakhand. All right. So two things you have to remember. Where is India's first biosphere reserve in a tiger reserve? It is in Rajaji National Park of Uttarakhand. And what is the name? Rajaji Raghati Biosphere Reserve. Clear? So these two facts you have to remember. Alright. So the location of this national park, Rajaji National Park, it is in Uttarakhand. Okay. It was established in 1983. Right? And is famous for this Asian elephants, tigers, and very important aspect is Ganga and Yamuna river passes through this park. A very, very important point. Why I am telling you this? Because again in yesterday's paper there was this question that Koleru Lake is located between which two rivers? Okay. Let's say this is the southern part. So here somewhere is Koleru Lake. So it is between Godavari and Krishna river. Okay, so this is Godavari and this is Krishna river. All right. So between these two rivers, Koleru Lake. So similarly, they can ask you that which national park Ganga and Yamuna river flows through. So just remember Rajaji National Park of Uttarakhand. All right. Next we have Om Birla re-elected as Lok Sabha Speaker. In yesterday's paper, there were two questions from this year election, because in 2024 we have this Lok Sabha election. Okay, so we have elected our Prime Minister again for the third time. A new Lok Sabha Speaker was elected. Name is Om Birla. So not the new one. He's already been in the previous term also. Okay, so he is from Kota, Rajasthan. Right, he is a member of Parliament. Okay, he is from NDA party, and he is the new speaker. He is the Speaker of Lok Sabha. All right. So for Speaker of Lok Sabha, remember 2 or 3 things, that he is elected by the member of Lok Sabhas. Right. All the member of Lok Sabha elect the Lok Sabha Speaker. What is the role of Lok Sabha Speaker? To preside over the sessions and maintain order and ensure fair debate is going on the Lok Sabha. And what is the tenure by till when he can become a Lok Sabha Speaker? As last as they remain a member of Lok Sabha until the next general election. Let's say in 2024 he was elected. Okay, so till 2029 he would be the Lok Sabha Speaker until unless the party removes him. Okay. Yes, shift 2, there was a question. See, so why was this they have asked the question? So they asked the question basically on electronic voting machine, that how many votes can be recorded on this electronic voting machine. So answer was 2000. In the previous shift, they have asked the question that when did electronic voting machine completely replaced the postal ballot? So again, the answer was during the Kerala Assembly election in 2004. So why were they asking the question? Because in 2024, the Lok Sabha election took place. All right. So remember this thing. See, these banking institutions, they are not fools, na? They ask a question because they had some relevance. So you have to focus what the relevance is. Acts, I don't think they can ask any acts, okay? But you should know some environment related act, in which year it was, like the Air Act, the Water Act. The year you should remember at least. India assumes chair of Asian Disaster Preparedness Center. So India has become the chairperson, or I would say the chair country for Asian Disaster Preparedness Center. All right. So this center, okay, APDC we call it for in short, and for 24-25 year India has become the chair. All right, and previously it was chaired by China. So this transition formalized in Bangkok, Thailand. So this meeting was taken place in Bangkok, Thailand. Clear? So just remember this thing. What is ADPC, Asian Disaster Preparedness Center? It is an autonomous international organization focusing on disaster risk reduction. Important thing is disaster risk reduction. So if you have seen that during this monsoon, Kerala faced severe landslides and flood. Right, most of the Himalayan states also they were facing severe trouble from this cloudburst and landslides. So these are what natural disasters, because they claims loss of life, loss of property. So in order to reduce the risk from these natural disaster, there are different kind of initiatives being taken. So one of this is APDC. All right. So it was founded by India and its 8 neighboring countries. Clear? And the chairperson is Sri Rajendra Singh. All right. So he is also the head of National Disaster Management Authority, NDMA. All right. So remember this name, Mr. Rajendra Singh. New improved one electronic machine. Now we have Moidams of Assam added to UNESCO World Heritage List. Moidams. What are Moidams? Let me check if I have mentioned this or not. So Moidams are basically burial mounds. It is like this in shape. Okay. These are parabolic, or you can say semi-hemisphere kind of shape. Alright. It is located in where? Cheradev district of Assam. Okay, and these are basically the burial mounds, or let's say the resting place for king and queens of Ahom dynasty. Ahom dynasty was basically the ruling dynasty of the Assam region during the British and pre-British era. Alright, so these structures are now included in the UNESCO World Heritage List. A very important information here is, and this is the 43rd entry from India. Clear? So remember moidums. First thing is, it is from Ahom dynasty, where it has been found in Cherai Deo, Assam. Clear? And it is the burial mound. Clear? And where it has been included in World Heritage List. Alright, so this is the short notes you can make. Right? So from Assam, we have other World Heritage sites also. Okay. So this moidums are the third World Heritage property from Assam. What were the first two? So one is the Kaziranga National Park. It is the first natural World Heritage site, and the Manas Wildlife Sanctuary, this is the second. Alright, so these were included in the natural category. So from Assam there are now three: Kaziranga, Manas Wildlife Sanctuary, and the third one are moidums. Yes. Next we have President Murmu's 6-day visit to Fiji, New Zealand and Timor-Leste. So these nations are basically in the southern hemisphere. Alright. So why it is notable? Because this is the first time any Indian head of state means the president for India, has visited Fiji and Timor-Leste. This is the first time it has happened. So let's see about some important facts. So you should know some important facts about Fiji. It is in the Pacific Ocean. The capital is Suva. The president is William Cato Navier. Okay. New Zealand, the capital is Wellington. The prime minister is Chris Hipkins. Okay. And Timor-Leste, the capital is Delhi. Not Delhi, Delhi. And president is Jose Ramos Horta. So these are some presidents you should know the name of, because Indian president has visited this countries. So you should remember this thing. Okay. So these are some key facts. Sir, if possible, add picture to remember such questions. Did you? Is it really helpful to remember? I always forget. Whenever I see a picture of someone, I forget after 2 days, but I remember the name. Always try to make some mnemonics regarding this. You won't be able to recall through photos. You should remember, you should make a mnemonics for the names. Otherwise, you are not going to remember through face. Just remember this thing. Moidum is Thai word. Extra information really we need it, sir. Why you need extra information? See, again, there is a loads of information for every news. I can give you entire page, 3 or 4 slides for just one news. It won't happen. It won't help you, beta. Okay, because see, 40 questions are coming in your exam. And in that 40 question, the question from, let's say, national news would be 2 to 4 questions. And for that 2 to 4 questions, you are reading 6 months current affairs. And let's say it have 10 to 20 news every month. So you're now reading around 100 to 200 news. 100, let's say 100 news you are reading. And for every news, if I give you, let's say 2 slides, 200 slides just for the national news. And from that, the probability of coming 2 to 3 questions, okay, it is very less. So you should be very smart. Otherwise, many students fell in this trap only, that we should need extra information, we should know everything about it, but you won't be able to recall it, you won't be able to revise it. It is just a waste of time. I never advise any student to remember unnecessary stuff. First, see the nature of question they are asking. at least 4 to 5 years, you should see what nature type of question they are asking, and try to mold your mind by focusing on those type of questions and those type of related information. Okay. I don't see any twisted questions anyhow. Okay. If you have some twisted question, you can share me. See, beta, you don't have to, they are giving you 40 questions. Do you think that you would be able to attempt those all 40 questions? If you are doing this, this is not a very smart thing. Always see, in any kind of exam, out of, let's say, the total question they're asking, 10 to 15 questions per 15% of questions are extremely difficult sections. So only those students who have some rough idea, they would be able to do that. Otherwise, those type of questions should be left. You don't have to waste your time, because this is an exam for your accuracy and efficiency. In less amount of time, how accurately you can answer something. Okay, so just remember this thing. So 30 to 35 questions you can do. All right, but I would say that try to do between 25 to 30 questions in total, between this range, and try to get it 20 to around 20 questions, 20 to 25 questions correct. So this would be the ideal situation for you to clear this exam. But if you're thinking that I'll go and I'll attempt all 40 questions, then this this is not a very smart move. Clear? There are some questions in yesterday's paper, people were not at all aware of those things. Let's say you are asking that what is the area of Gramin Pradhan Mantri Rural Awas Yojana Gramin. So even I was not able to answer that question, because I haven't read. We don't read about the area, na. So these are the questions to be left. Clear? And see, if you are going to prepare for that question, you have to read lot of stuff, which is not advisable at all from our side. Okay? You don't have to worry. See, every time whenever there is a set of questions, you have to attempt 40 questions. Try to do somewhere around 75% or 80% of the question attempt. Out of this, I know 5 to 6 questions would be wrong. So somewhere around 20 to 25 you would be in the good margin. Okay, this is a sure shot selection number, 20 to 25 questions, right? Sure shot. Even some students have made 18 correct, that it is also a good score. Okay, next we have yesterday attempted single GA section. Now that is not a good thing. Single digit is not a good thing. Okay, see, many questions were directly from the news. Clear? Chalo, Mpox. What has happened. Now focus on the future. What we have to do, we are going to do in future. Forget the past. Learn from the past, but forget the negativity. Okay? Focus what we have to do again. So World Health Organization has designated Mpox as a public health emergency of international concern. Right? So this Mpox is monkeypox, and the name is monkeypox. Alright, it is a viral disease. First of all, remember. Clear? It is related to smallpox, and it gets transmitted through close contact with infected individual or surface. Okay, these are the symptoms: fever, rash, license. Clear? And this disease, it was originated in the Central and West Africa. All right. So the first human case were diagnosed in 1970. It is not a new pandemic, or not a new disease. It is the old one. We have heard of this right now. The first human case was diagnosed in 1970 in Democratic Republic of Congo. It is endemic to endemic to Africa. All right. Clear? Chalo. So viral disease, endemic to Africa. Okay. Just remember this thing. Now, India's first Constitution Museum marks 75 years of the Indian Constitution. So there, this Constitution Museum, it has been inaugurated. All right. So this Constitution Museum has been named the Constitution Academy, the Rights and Freedom Museum. All right, and it is going to be inaugurated where? It is going to be inaugurated in OP Jindal Global University on 26th November 2024. Why this date is important? 26th November. Why this date? Alright, because the constitution was adopted on this date. Alright, so Naveen Jindal is the founding chancellor of OP Jindal University, and the Constitutional Museum is going to be inaugurated in this university only. So 26 November 1949, the Indian Constitution was adopted. Alright, 26 January 1950, India became a republic. Okay, so this was celebrated as Republic Day. And who are the framers of our constitution? So the drafting committee who framed this entire constitution was led by, the chairman of the committee was Dr. B.R. Ambedkar. Okay, so one thing about our constitution is it is the longest written constitution in the world. So we have 448 articles, 12 schedules and multiple amendments. Now you are going to tell me how many amendments are there in our constitution. Give me the number. How many total amendments? Just remember how many total amendments are there in the constitution. Let me give you a hint. 100 to 110. In between there is this number. Tell me anyone if you know the answer. Why I am teaching you polity? Because in yesterday's paper there was a question on Attorney General. So these are some kind of questions you can't prepare. Otherwise you have to read entire polity, which is not advisable at all, just for one question, right? So this is not a good way. Just because of one thing you start to read the entire subject. Yes, if you are fond of reading, go ahead and read, but don't waste the time. Okay, not 83, Shivam. Around 100 to 110 I have mentioned, 106 to be precise. Okay. Now the 8th India Water Week, it was celebrated, right? So it was inaugurated by President Draupadi Murmu on 17th of September. The theme of this International Water India's Water Week is Partnership and Cooperation for Inclusive Water Development and Management. Alright, so who are the organizing partners? Ministry of Jal Shakti was there. Okay, then we have World Bank, Asian Development Bank, right? And other World Water Council was also there. Clear? So just remember this thing, India's Water Week and the theme of the Water Week. Now about World Bank, you should remember one or two things. It was founded in 1944. The headquarters is in Washington DC, and the present president is Ajay Banga. Remember the name. Indian person, question can be asked. Then we have Asian Development Bank. It was founded in 1966. The headquarters is in Manila, Philippines. Manila is the capital of Philippines. Okay, and the president is Mr. M. Asakawa. These things you should remember. India is also the founding member of ADB. Next we have Port Blair has been renamed as Sri Vijayapuram. So if you remember during last year or last to last year, there were 2 or 3 islands of Andaman and Nicobar which were also renamed. So let's see, I'll tell you. So recently our Home Minister Shri Amit Shah has announced that Port Blair will be renamed as Sri Vijayapuram. And why they have renamed it? Because they want to remove this colonial labeling. Okay, so this has inspired by the Prime Minister Modi's vision to free nation from the colonial imprints. Right? They don't want any colonial name, the British name for anything. They want to replace it. Okay, so a few years back, the Ross Island of Andaman and Nicobar, it was renamed to Bose. Ross Bose. Bose is Netaji Subhash Chandra Bose. So Ross was Bose, Neil was Shaheed. I you can relate with that, EE or II. Alright, Ross Bose OO, Neil is Shaheed EE. Okay, and Havelock Island is the Swaraj Deep Island. So if you have remembered these two, you can do the other one. And Port Blair as Sri Vijayapuram. Clear? So you can read it from here. So about Andaman and Nicobar Island, you should remember one or two things. It is located in where? So this is India. Here is the Andaman and Nicobar Island. Okay, the capital is Port Blair. It has 572 islands. Alright, and very famous for Havelock Island, Neil Island, Ross Island, right? And tourism, and see one more thing, cellular jail, Kala Pani, I think Kala Pani jail was there. In this jail, V.D. Savarkar was imprisoned. Okay, so again it becomes very important. Now some state news, let's see one by one. Let's be really quick because see we have already covered most of the international and national news. Let's cover some state news. So MP finalizes preparation for second cheetah habitat at Gandhi Sagar Sanctuary. So what was the first place where cheetah was reintroduced? Kuno National Park. Kuno National Park was the first place where cheetah was reintroduced. Now the second place is Gandhi Sagar Sanctuary. Remember this thing. Okay. So just remember these two facts. So you should remember where is Gandhi Sagar. But first see the map. This is the map of Madhya Pradesh. This is Kuno Palpur Sanctuary. It is in Shiopur district. Shiopur district of Madhya Pradesh. And this is Gandhi Sagar Wildlife Sanctuary. If you can see here, it has some parts of Madhya Pradesh, some part of Rajasthan also. Okay. So it is in the boundary of Mandsaur, Neemuch districts. Alright, so it was notified in 1974. Alright, very important thing is Chambal River divides the sanctuary into two equal parts. Okay, so remember this thing, Northwest MP, right? Cheetah reintroduction. Third thing is Chambal River flows through it. Chambal River. Tell me what is the Chambal River is the tributary of which river? Tell me in the comment section. Next we have MP government plants 11 lakh trees in single day and sets world record. So Madhya Pradesh has set the record, World Guinness record for planting 11 lakh trees in just one day. So they can ask you a question that which state has made the Guinness World Record for planting maximum number of trees in one day. So Madhya Pradesh is the answer. And why they have done this? Under Ek Ped Maa Ke Naam initiative by our Prime Minister. Alright. So this Ek Ped Maa Ke Naam was started on 5th of June, which is celebrated as World Environment Day. Alright. Then we have Odisha launches India's first rice ATM. Okay, like the normal ATM we get money, this will provide you rice, right? So up to 50 kg of rice can be dispensed. So you don't have to stand in a queue for a ration line. You can, it is basically a modern public distribution system. This is a 24/7 grain ATM. Okay, the name is Annapurti Grain ATM. Annapurti means feeding the food grain, and this is started initially in Bhubaneswar. Now it will be expanded state wise. Okay, so rice ATM name is Annapurti Odisha. 50 kg rice it will dispense. Yes, Yamuna is the correct answer. Chambal is the tributary of Yamuna river and Yamuna river is the tributary of Ganga river. Jaipur to host 25th edition of IFA Awards. So recently IFA Awards were the result were announced. And who was the best actor? Can you tell me, anyone in the comment section, who was the best actor and what was the best movie? So Jaipur is going to host this IFA award. All right. So just remember this thing. It is a one-liner kind of fact. Yes. Now the next news is world first Asian king vulture conservation center inaugurated in Uttar Pradesh. So these are one-liner current affairs. They can directly ask you that in which state world first Asian king vulture conservation center is there. So in Uttar Pradesh. All right. So this is located in Maharajganj district of Uttar Pradesh. Clear? So these are some key facts. UP, Maharajganj. All right. So just remember this thing. This is the Asian king vulture. red head, okay, and this is a critically endangered species as per the IUCN category. Yes, SRK was the best actor, received the best actor. The best movie was Animal. Why I'm asking you the question? Because the best Oscar actor was asked in yesterday's paper, the IBPS RRB clerk mains. Okay, so in your upcoming IBPS mains, okay, IBPS clerk mains, they can ask you, right? So at least you should remember about the Oscar awards. We will try to do in that awards and ceremonies. Okay, then new Ramsar site was added. So Nanjarayan Bird Sanctuary, Kazuveli Bird Sanctuary, these two are in Tamil Nadu, the Nanjarayan and Kazuveli, and Tawa Reservoir in Madhya Pradesh. These three have been added into the Ramsar site. Now the total Ramsar sites in India is 85. Just remember the name. And the highest Ramsar sites are in Tamil Nadu, 18. So this is the thing you should remember. Yes, Cillian Murphy, not Cillian Murphy. Okay. These are some one-liner current affairs. So about Ramsar Convention, Ramsar is a place in Iran, and this convention was started in 1971. India was one of the initial signatories. As of now, 172 countries are there, and the purpose is wetland conservation. All right. So just remember this thing. So this is it for the international national news. For the past 6 months, we have covered all the most important one which I feel that can be asked in the exam. All right. So any question, anyone? If you have any question, tell me in the comment section. So this was the class first of your 5 video series. All right. Tomorrow we will be covering second class. All right. In which I will be covering the banking, finance, and the economy news. Right. And after that, I will be covering some scheme related, then awards, ceremonies, important days, sports, obituaries, science and tech, defense. So for the in 5 videos, we are going to cover the entire current affairs from April to September, and this would be extremely helpful for those who are appearing in on Sunday for this mains exam. All right. So tomorrow, one thing, tomorrow class is at 9 p.m. Okay. Let me inform you. Tomorrow I am going to take the class at 9 p.m. Remember this thing. Tomorrow class is not at 8 p.m. It will be on 9 p.m. And secondly, those students who have not joined my Telegram group, join this Telegram group. GA by Yash sir. GA by Yash sir. Join this Telegram group. I will ask the team to put the link in the comment section also. So do join this GA by Yash sir Telegram group, where I will share all the important PDFs also. All right. Chalo, if anyone have any question, do mention in the comment section. One homework for all of you. Okay. Tell me which player has won the Wimbledon Championship of 2024 men. Who has won the men Wimbledon Championship 2024? Mention your answer in the comment section. I'll see you in the next video, everyone. Till then, have a great day and Jai Hind.